Okay, what a night. All right, let's address the elephant in the room first. My haircut, yay! I got a haircut, and let's address the second elephant in the room, the re-edit of the acolyte. Yeah, that's still happening. I'm just I'm super busy with other stuff, and but it's still happening, so don't worry about it. Third elephant in the room, my Twitter account got hacked, so please in the meantime, until further notice, go ahead and follow me here in at Ivan or Taco. Um, Camera focus. But anyways, Ivan or Taco at Ivan or Taco, Ortaco or Taco. That's my backup Twitter, I guess. So yeah, until I figure out how to get my Twitter back again, follow me at Ivan or Taco. Just to listen to my dumb opinions from time to time. But anyways, let's talk about the fourth elephant in the room, the elections. You know that I am not a political channel. I try to stay away from politics because I am of the idea that believing that a politician cares about you is like believing that the stripper cares about your personality. That's how I feel. And we have possibly one of the most divisive elections we've ever had. And and I think it was important for me to come up with this video just because I don't want my likes and dislikes or my words to be misconstrued or to be affiliated with things that aren't. So I decided to make this video, and here are my thoughts on the election. First off, the election is crazy now. Like it feels like they last for like 5 years, like I would be surprised if Trump doesn't want to like start rallies for some reason again. But anyhow, so I believe at this point, like as of the recording of this video at 10:27 a.m., Trump has been declared the winner. If not, he's declared himself. And yeah, I guess we have Trump as president again. I believe that the Democrats did not have really a fighting chance, because first it was Biden, and playing weekend at Bernie's was not the ideal solution. Biden promised that he was going to be a transitional president, like at the beginning of 2020, I believe. He promised that he was going to be a transitional president, and then um, he didn't fulfill that promise. He decided to run again, and I think a lot of people were like taken aback because they were like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, you can't. Like, even if you were a supportive of Biden, a lot of people were like, dude, you just can't." And then Kamala was brought into the place, and I think that Kamala was very like unheard of. Like for 3.5 years, she wasn't even in the picture. Like no one knew what she was doing, and then she comes and is like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do all of this." I'm like, dude, you've had 3 years to do it. Why haven't you done it yet? Like, so I think when when elected officials run for re-election and they say, "I'm gonna make all these changes," that is the weakest argument, because it's like, but you've been in the and you've been in the power. Like, why haven't you done it? So I think everything was really stacked against the Democrats. So I'm not necessarily surprised that they didn't win. So you're probably asking, who did I vote for or who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for this country. Clearly, I'm rooting for this country. The US has given me the opportunity to do a lot of things that I'm extremely grateful for. I've been able to work in the entertainment industry for as long as I have, and I am just beyond grateful that because of the United States, I've been able to afford like what I have right now, and to go on the trips that I have gone to and everything. So I am rooting for this country. Like I said, I believe that all politicians are scumbags, and that goes across the aisle. I just don't trust any politician, and I hope right now that Trump's new policies and everything are going to be for the betterment of this country. There are some policies that he has that I 100% do not agree with, and that I think are very dystopian. And I hope that they are just like talking points that will not be taken into like massive full effect. And there are some policies that he has that I 100% agree with, and I'm like, yes, we need that, like 100. So go for it. So I just hope that whatever happens is for the betterment of this country, not for just like the Trump supporters, but for everyone in general. Because at the end of the day, we all live under this roof. So I think whether you're a Biden or a Trump supporter, you got to be rooting for the country, because I do believe that the country is very divided. I do believe that the country is very, very hurt. And I do believe that the country needs something to heal. I don't know if Trump's going to be the answer for that, but I just hope that it helps. And I would be saying the same thing if Kamala had won. I would be saying the same thing. Like, hey, there's some policies that Kamala has that I agree with, and there are some policies that Kamala has that I don't agree with, and that I think are very dystopian. But at the end of the day, I hope that whatever happens happens for the better, and that's how I feel right now. So the very first thing that I saw when I woke up was a bunch of social media angry and loving posts of like, yes, we won, or like, oh, I'm about to move away to Costa Rica, or whatever the case may be. And here I am just to say, well, um, I think the healing process of this country, if you are one of those people that feels like I do, I feel the division, and I feel like there's a clear divide in this country. I try my very best. Like I really do try my very best to somehow always recognize that people are not going to agree with you 100%, and that if you want change to happen, you gotta be that change. Like you have to be willing to, even if you don't agree with a certain person, to just say, you know what, all right, yeah, I get that I don't agree with you on this and this and this, but that doesn't mean that I have to insult you or laugh at you or belittle you. So I try to cultivate an audience of empathy and compassion. And whenever I do see that there's some sort of rhetoric about making fun of the other team, making fun of the other people, making remarks about like how you are wrong and I am right. I hate that, and I completely disavow to that, because at the end of the day, again, rooting for a political team, rooting for a sports team, rooting for any team in particular, that can create division if you're not aware that the other person, it's also thinking for like, the way you are thinking, meaning that the guy you're hating on for rooting for the other team also has a family, also like loves his mom, or has a daughter or a son of his own, and they're looking for, like, they're just trying to find happiness in a very cruel world. So just try to be more understanding and empathetic, regardless of whatever side you land on. Try to not be on the side of politicians. Try to be in the side of people. That's my perspective, at least. And anyways, so that's my thought. Those are my thoughts on the election. Also, one thing that I do have to say. Um, And this is not an indication of where I land politically. This is where I land morally. But yesterday, Kamala Harris did the one thing that I was like, dude, I'm that was shitty. That was really shitty. So she was losing the election, and she decided to send a representative to say, "Hey, tell everyone to just go home and we'll figure it out in the morning." And she didn't have the guts to speak herself. And I think that was the most disrespectful shit she's ever done. Like blatant disrespectful shit. If you voted for Kamala Harris and you were supporting her and everything, even if she had one supporter left, doing that is such a cowardly, childish move. Like, dude, what the fuck? You know? Like, I was driving home yesterday at night from work, and I had a YouTube live going from NBC or something like that, and and there were, like, I saw that happen live where the representative came out to say, like, yo guys, Kamala is not going to be here today, but she's telling us to, like, go home and we'll figure it out, like, tomorrow morning. At that point, I was like, for every single Kamala Harris I support her. I was so goddamn pissed. I was like, dude, what a disrespectful move. I legitimately felt angry that a politician would do something like that, because that is just hiding away. Just like, oh yeah, I don't care about my supporters during the bad times. I care about them during the good times. So they don't deserve me right now. I couldn't care less about them. Like, that legitimately pissed me off, and I think it speaks to her character. I wonder if Trump would have done the same, but possibly not, possibly yes, who knows. But I can just speak on, like, what actually happened, and what happened yesterday was that, and that really pissed me off. Like, it proved my point that politicians are just pieces of shit. And again, that goes across the aisle. And yes, I'm including Trump in that. Like, I never trust a politician with anything. But again, here we are. Trump won. I'm not crying my eyes out. I'm not like pumping my chest in despair or anything. I'm rooting for the guy to succeed and to make this country better. And I would have done the same thing if Kamala had won. So again, I try to be in the side of the country, in the side of the people, not in the side of someone who wants power. Anyhow, that's it. Remember to follow me in Ivan or Taco, because, like, yeah, my Twitter is fucked. Anyways, bye.